It is Saturday. How's it going, everybody? Having a good weekend? Anyone else play Pokemon Go? I hope you guys. I think there's a couple of you. Today was the day.
EA Games.
Challenge everything.
Now that's loud, huh? Jeez. Today was the day you could evolve a seal into Dugong with special stuff. So for you Pokemon goers, hopefully you didn't miss that. I think it's done in most of the world now, unless you're on the West Coast. Come on, K-Nat. Alright. We're gonna start new city. SimCity 4. SimCity, of course, legendary for its soundtrack. I'm not sure if SimCity 4 had the best soundtrack of the SimCities. I think there's a lot of fans of SimCity 3000. I probably have put the most time into SimCity 2000. Mr. Gladius says, Maxis, I remember their game Spore. Yeah, that was one of the... I mean, like, Maxis, does it even exist now? You know, they had a lot of games back in the day. A lot of the Sim games, SimAnt, well, they had the SimCity, of course. Then they made their Streets of SimCity and SimCopter. Oh, that was so good. You young kids, you don't know the glory. So, you could make a SimCity in SimCity 2000. Then you could take the city file, put it in SimCopter, and fly around the city. And you could also put it in Streets of SimCity, because all three games use the same city files. You just pop in between the three. You could drive around them on a car with rocket launchers. You could fly around it in a helicopter with a water cannon to put out fires. And you could build the city. And that was SimCity 2000, so there was also an urban renewal kit, they called it. And with that, you could... like, customize individual buildings, you know, like, you could start to manipulate game assets in SimCity 2000 to whatever you wanted. You know, they created these toolkits. Alright, let's see here. Do a little bit of eroding. Raise some hills over here. So naturally, if we're going to make the best city, if we're going to make the perfect city, we're going to have to have the perfect creation myth for all the people that live here, right? The creation myth. It's essential. And in the beginning, of course, there was chaos, right? What else would there be? As all good stories start. And out of the chaos, the first man was born. Which I can't create a guy, but let's just imagine there's a man down there somewhere. Born out of the chaos. We can do another volcano probably, right? Oh no, it's still going. Oh. There we go. What else we got here? Nero says if you're not over 54, you can't be in Embargo's Cool Kids Club. 54? I don't think you have to be 54 to play the games I'm talking about. Mr. Gladius says, was this man hunting mammoths? Yes, of course. In addition to man springing forth from the chaos, so did mammoths, which are represented by these elephants. And the first man sacrificed one of these giant mammoths, the biggest mammoth you've ever seen. Size of a mountain. Giant mammoth. Like that big. Sacrificed that to the gods. And by appeasing the gods, order started to come to the world. And the gods filled the world with trees and more animals for him. I'm gonna put some trees in here. You see this little tree brush? They need to make this a lot bigger. That's the mod I need for this game. Big tree brush. Because this is ridiculous. But you gotta have trees. So again, the gods being appeased by man's sacrifice of the large... So, you know, the man sacrificing the largest mammoth in honor of the gods, of course, is why they were so well appeased by him and brought order to his world. And from pieces of the mammoth, they created all the other animals. So we gotta bring in a bunch of... I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Filled the world with animals. Okay. Wow, that's weird. Okay. Johnny 5K says, do you remember Black and White? I do. I remember when that game first came out. That, I enjoyed that a lot. I remember that was a time when we were, when Napster was new. I remember Napster. Anyone remember that? Remember that? We'll put some wild horses in here, too. You can't see the horses, but they're in there. The world is filled! Thanks to man's sacrifice of the first man's sacrifice of the giant mammoth. So we got a fantastic world being built right in front of us, huh? This is the place for the perfect city. Anything else I need to do here? Oh, no. We're not doing that. I think that's about it. Well, I could put in a ridge or something. Canyon. No. Yeah, cliff. Okay, 1 second. I got... Alright, so, of course, the man tells the gods that he wants to build a city, right? And the gods are big fans of the man, right? So... they summon a tornado. And they tell him that the first spot that is cleared away from trees will be the heart of his city. So this is where we're putting the city so far. Wherever this tornado goes. It is going towards the water, which is a good thing for cities. Could have gone out this way. So it's looking like this. There you go. This is where our city shall begin. Johnny 5K says, not happy clouds, but happy tornadoes. Exactly. I'm a different sort of Bob Ross. We can make it night. I should have done it at the beginning. You know, when everything was formless and chaotic, it should have been dark. Oops, forgot. The new city. I feel like this terrain is decently rugged. I mean, it looks very flat because we're at such a high angle off the ground. But if you were to sit in what I did here, I think it would be decently rigid and rough for the most part. New city. This is something I probably should have thought of beforehand. We'll call it Emmer. The city of Emmer. Established by the first man. With the, sanctioning of the gods. Nero says cringe-topia. Yeah, that probably would have been appropriate as well. So naturally, the very first man, having no real technology and building a city from scratch, is going to be able to use roads right off the bat. Because this isn't a civilization building game, it's a city building game. So, it's already understood to be modern, fundamentally. Think of this more like the Rome creation myth than the world, I guess. Alright. We can put a windmill here. I'm not exactly... I have to look at the settings here, too. Is there, data values, fire hazard, health, radiation, garbage, air pollution. There's not an air speed here, is there? Doesn't look like it. Building style. No. No, okay. I don't think there is. And of course, man had all his advisors here to bother him. As you do. I think we'll do a windmill. We'll do windmills to start off with, I suppose. Maybe we'll throw in the water too now. So, well, let me look at this again. Oh, so here's water. So we're in the graphs. Data views. Exit underground. Oh, here's water. Oh, that doesn't do anything. Well, that's gonna have to do with the water that we're providing. I'm not sure if this game actually thinks... Okay, well, I mean, the way it works in this game, as far as I remember, the water pumps water from the ground, but so does water towers, right? Like in real life, you'd have a water pump that puts water to a water tower, and then water tower provides the pressure for your city. But in this game, I think it's not quite like that. I think it is the pump itself. But we'll put it not at the water, but near the water. Here. All right. So we're following God's will, the will of the gods. We're gonna make sure that the initial building here is all within this space that's cleared by the tornado. Now we have to... Is this not paused? Oh, okay, it wasn't paused. No, I need power lines. Come on, you. Then we need some underground pipes. Let's put it right under the street. And the reason I'm making sure to put it on, I want to put it on the street, is to make sure I don't accidentally go out the bounds, right? Because if my first instinct was to stick a pipe out here, but I'm pretty sure that would be outside of the bounds of this little area that I'm trying to stay in for now. Now, Nero asks, what are your thoughts on the anti-civilization stance of Varg? He has some good points. but I'm more anti-city / modern city, not civilization. I don't know his stance well enough to critique it. I can tell you that I think there's some... I mean, in my video on conservationism and right-wing environmentalism, I talk about primitivism, right? And on some level, like, I have some of those primitivist views. So, that might say something. And I know I still haven't gotten around to it, but for those of you who have been waiting, I am still planning that stream where I talk about technology, right? The idea of technology, is it good or bad sort of deal. Okay, I can't build over there. That would be in the trees. First, I must build within the bounds. As I said I would. That'll work, right? Make sure I don't want knocking down any trees. Okay. What if I just start with that? Let me take a look at the water again. Oh. Bring one more pipe up then. So, Life After Death says, heavens is plural, meaning more than one. The sky, outer space, and then the third heaven where God is. But yeah, so I am planning still to do a stream where I talk about, you know, is technology good or bad, and, you know, spoiler, I'm going to be at least somewhat willing to be critical of technology, like, in a broad sense. When I say technology, I don't necessarily mean... When I say that there are some harmful effects of technology, I'm not saying... I'm including sort of all technology. And that's why I posted those polls on my YouTube and Twitter, you know, asking what people thought of technology. I know, like, a lot of people said that they're mostly okay with technology. Some people said they're mostly not okay with technology. A lot of people said they're fine with it the way it is. I know there's, like, a lot of people who are generally fine with all sort of technology, except... for some of the most recent developments, you know? When young children, preteens, have computers in their pockets, and those computers can deliver them hardcore adult material with the tap of a phone screen, some people are bothered by that, right? Reasonably so, I would say. Kingdom of Inland says, in his opinion, the best source of energy is nuclear. Yeah, well, it's, so you have, so in this game, I can't do it yet? Yeah, you need certain things. So, I can't do nuclear fission yet. But in real life, nuclear fission is very powerful and very efficient. Well, there's a lot of nice things about it. It's a little bit insane that Germany has done so much to destroy their nuclear system. Nero says you should look up Varg's video on the subject if you haven't. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I could check it out. I don't know if he's going to say anything that I haven't thought of myself. You know what I mean? Or I haven't necessarily read somewhere else either. Okay. I can keep building the city now. Second Hat says, The Sims was my sister's favorite game. Yeah, no, I mean, so you had Maxis, who created SimCities, the SimCity games, Sim Ant, Sim Farm, Sim Tower. I really enjoyed Sim Tower. And let's face it, almost no women played those games. And then Maxis, jeez, that was a wild one. Then Maxis created The Sims, which instead of being based around things and systems, it was based around people and their lives and story and emotion. And Maxis found a huge audience with women, right? Like my cousins, my girl cousins, they all like loved the Sims. That was huge for their financial success. Now there might be some downsides to that financial success when you look at sort of like what happened to them in the long run and becoming part of EA and all that stuff. But you know, they were never quite the same after that. You know, their sort of focus on sort of systems faded, and they became a company that was more focused on narrative and aesthetics, right? Second Hat says it's like catnip for women, right? Well, The Sims is just a video game where you play dolls, right? I mean, whoa, what a shock. It appeals to girls who play with dolls. I mean, it's video game playing with dolls. That's what The Sims was. John says, do you ever play Dwarf Fortress? I have not. Nero says, do you think when speaking with Ukrainian friends, we should try to talk about the subtleties or just be supportive? Oh gosh. It's really hard, right? Because if your home's being invaded, you know, regardless of the build-up, regardless of the geopolitical posturing that has led up to that point, they're not generally interested in that, right? I mean, if you follow me on Telegram, I'll put my... I know the audio just stopped. I'll put my Telegram in chat. I mean, you can see a couple things I've posted about the Ukrainian situation. I mean, I'm not super into geopolitics. I don't talk a lot about that stuff. But I did post a couple things. Okay. Well, man has made his first city in accordance with the directions of the gods by founding it on the land cleared by the tornado. So I think we've got a good start here. Now, there are some girls playing Pokemon Go. So for who don't know, the Pokemon Go. Let me actually take a look. How am I doing on power? Okay, so here's my usage. It's going up. Oh my god, my stuff's on fire. There's a fire. Okay. Let me build a fire station. I'll build it here. So there goes my firefighter. What the hell? Where's the fire? Is firefighter going the long way? Or where's my fire again? Or is the fire over already? Maybe the fire's over. You going home? Okay, he's going home. Why is this a circle? I feel like this shouldn't be a circle. Or maybe the cursor's a circle. Okay, wait. I don't know, dude. Well, let's build some... Okay. You know what? Before we expand the city outside the borders, let's get, let's be a good ruler, a good king, and, actually provide services that our citizenry is going to need. So we need police and fire and all that stuff. We'll put police over here, a little bit more centrally located. The fire is off to the side because they're closer to the industrial section. That's more important. And of course, we'll put it at school here, right next to the police officers, so they can deal with the delinquents. And even a medical clinic for the people. How's my balance? Oh, I am spending more than I'm getting. Okay, so I was talking about Pokemon. The Johto tour, right? It was a big event in in Pokemon Go just recently. And I definitely saw a lot of ladies playing. That being said, it's still like, you know, it's a video game. It's still like, I don't know, 60-40, 70-30. But I mean, at least you get to interact with some women. If that's what, you know, for those of you who are into women, most of you. Okay, so I've done the will of the gods by building my city where they told me to build it. I've done good by my people and providing them the services they need. But now I need to expand. We don't have food production here. We need farms. We need agriculture. The gods cleared trees for us before. We're going to have to do it ourselves this time. So, of course, we'll do all the necessary ritual sacrifices. We'll do all the necessary appeals to the gods. But otherwise, I'm going to build a road and get this started. Get my agricultural zone going. Don't too large. And there's that. Oh yeah. We'll go here and here. Okay. I think they're gonna want water. Just a hunch. Can't hardly even see my own streets. Where are my streets? Oh, there's a street. Spending a lot of money building these pipes. And here... I think there's one here. That's probably good. Oh. Exit underground. Oh, look at that. Sims invite mayor to pull up a chair and settle in. Now that our population has surpassed 500, the residents of Emmer open their arms to you, mayor. We don't want anyone concerned that you might be going elsewhere. So here's your opportunity to put down real roots. Build yourself a mayor's mansion and slip your shoes off after work hours, of course. I don't know if this is a mayor's mansion, but it is a house. I mean, it's obviously significantly bigger than these other houses, but yeah, I mean, I guess you call it a mansion. I want to be somewhere where I can look things over. Somewhere central. I think here. I'm slightly uphill, can sort of look down at the neighborhoods here and look over at the expansion out into the farmlands. There. There we go. Yeah, it's a mansion. Life After Death says they like Tropico 6. City builders where you micromanage everything. Yeah, I haven't played that. Kingdom of Vinland. Uh-oh. Kingdom of Vinland says nuclear should be the main energy source with natural gas. Wind and solar supplement sources of energy. Yeah, I mean, nuclear is extremely good. Patricia says we need to go for fusion. Obviously, once fusion is possible, then it's, then, you know, it's off to the races. I mean, fusion is the future if we can get it. But, we can't get it yet. I'm all for other alternative energy sources too, like wind and solar. That being said, they got to be applied intelligently, right? Like, you got to put them where it makes sense. Put wind stuff where it makes sense to do so. Like, you remember that solar roadway crap, right? That was a real dumb idea. But of course, they get a bunch of money from the government of Idaho to put a thing up there. Well, of all the places you would put a solar roadway. Again, solar roadway is a bad idea. But if you're gonna put a solar roadway, basically solar panels that are sticking straight up, at least put it in the tropics. And there's one state in the tropics, and that's Hawaii, right? It's at least possible for the sun to be directly upward. It's not common. It only happens during, you know, a part of the year where it's more or less straight up. But it's certainly not at the 49th parallel or anywhere close to it. Okay, so this street. So they're saying, this guy's saying that I got a lot of traffic, my traffic guy. Well, you know, it's getting a pretty big street. I think I can just override it, right? Oh god. The lag. The lag. Boom. Now it's a more significant thoroughfare. I mean, I don't know, really. So this primary thoroughfare is... Yep. Okay, there you go. Hopefully these sims will be happier with the traffic. Once my construction crews finish... Look at them go. Imagine if they worked this quick in real life. Have you ever seen a construction crew actually work? I've only seen them standing around. Of course, I'm kidding. I've seen them do a lot of work. But they're always... You do seem to pop on them when they're standing around. Nero says, imagine how many NFTs we're gonna make when we crack nuclear fusion. Yeah. Wow. We've got our sights set high. Second Hat said, if your government wanted to put 2% of the national budget towards Mars colonization, would you be in favor? Would you be one of the first settlers if the trip was 90% or less guaranteed? Less than 90% guaranteed? So I'm not... we've talked about this a little bit on stream. I'm not super big on Mars colonization. I'm much more interested in the idea of space colonization. Planets suck, right? Literally. They got a lot of gravity. You have gravity, and you have atmosphere, and it's a real big pain to get anything on and off the planet. I'm more interested if we could get space colonies. So do these... Well, so that's That's okay. So let's get some water out to these farms out here that looks like they're missing it. There you go. How are we doing here? Let's take a look at the budget. Okay. We've increased our expenses a bit, but our income has gone way up. How's development? Looks like we're filling out pretty well. We're more or less done with what we've got. Well, I guess let's expand our population this way. Towards the water? Maybe like that. Sort of like that. Ooh. This. And then this. And then that. Okay, now we need water. Okay, wait a second here. How am I doing on... I gotta take a look. No, I want the grid. Okay. So, we're gonna be maxing out power soon, given what... once they start to fill in... Yeah, there they go. They're building. They're moving in. Water? Okay, we got plenty of water for now. But we might need an additional power structure. Yeah, I'm all for various power technologies. You know, you look at... get rid of that. You look at power technologies now. You know, you have Idaho funding solar roadways, which of course is a joke in Idaho. You shouldn't be bothering with that kind of crap there. You have... right? Renewable... so you have the renewable energy industry, in a sense. And like, people use industry as a mean term, as a bad term, and industry is bad. But renewable energy, or whatever you want to call it, it does have... it is an industry, and it does have interests. And so I think you end up with lobbyists, right, who are interested in pushing their wind generator technology, and are interested in pushing their photovoltaic technology, right, all those solar panels. There are many other ways to get to make power, potentially renewably. Some of those ways might be better or worse depending on the location, and they might be more or less feasible as a technology. But, like, the people in charge, right, in the state governments and the federal government and all that stuff, they're not, like, in my mind, being excellent stewards in terms of understanding what all those potential technologies are and making sure that they go with the correct ones given their own use cases. I think they're being influenced by people who make millions of dollars with photovoltaics, and then they're like, okay, yeah, let's put solar panels in Alaska. It's like, bro, there's like months where it's nearly dark. I mean, you're just getting really bad output from these things. I mean, we could be looking more into tidal power, wave power. Those, of course, have significant challenges. Kite power. There's lots of things that we could be more interested in, but they don't have the sex appeal and the lobbying power that some of these other more established technologies have. Nero says it only takes a single Zaku to bring that huge O'Neill cylinder down. So I don't know what a Zaku is, but I do like the O'Neill cylinders. So okay, they wanna place a house of worship in Emmer. Well, of course. I mean, we went through this whole thing at the beginning, talking about how order was created out of chaos to establish our first city. Our children need to know these stories. So let me bring in the house of worship so that they can understand. I want it close to my house. I'll put it here on the main thoroughfare, but closest to my house. Boom. Just where it belongs. And this is where we get into, like, you know, SimCity and these sorts of games are games, but they also influence people's view of the world. So, for instance, if you were to not build that a house of worship, what sort of consequences would you face? I mean, the game is dictating, is sort of trying to inform you, more or less, the young, impressionable gamer, on what is the role of religion. You know, maybe your city will just be better off without it, or will be worse off without it, that sort of thing. Patricia says renewables are largely a scam. Well, I don't think they're necessarily scams, but the thing is, I think there are a lot of entrenched interests, and when you have municipalities deciding on their, you know, like, oh, look at that! You can see some of the chaos poking through. I don't think the decisions are all being made rationally by, you know, totally neutral parties when it comes to our energy plans, right? These are highly motivated, politically interested, financially interested, different organizations that create the power grid as we see it today, which is why nuclear is being pushed out of Germany, even though it's so great comparatively to most other things. And, yeah. So, Kingdom of Vinland says, are there any city building games where you can choose the architectural style of the buildings? And I know here... Where the hell did it go? So here, you can change... So, like, every 5 in-game years I have them change style. I could change how often that happens. I could have all styles built at once. I know SimCity 2000 had that. SimCity 2000, you could choose what architectural styles are being built in your city, and you could actually go into the Urban Renewal Kit and manipulate those styles yourself. You could manipulate the game assets. Like, maybe you wanted to make things more consistent with a Tudor style or something, and you could do that. Nero says, Zaku is a mech from Gundam. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't, I know only a little bit of Gundam. Okay, they want new industry. Local hospital pockets picked. None of our communities in Emmer should be getting cold funding shoulder, no matter how small or unimportant. Okay, so she directed me to this hospital. Oh gosh. How do I do this again? My Sims? Data views? Okay. Let's save while we're here too. If you remember the last time we played this on stream, I had some crashing issues. So we had to save a lot, but I think I actually got that crashing issue fixed. How? There's a way for me to click on this. Damn it, Bobby. What? Emergency tools. Does anyone know how I click on this? I feel like I feel like this shouldn't be a circle. I don't know why my cursor is a circle. I don't feel like it should be. Oh. Here we go. It's these options here. Okay. So we can see the grade. It's now 4 out of 5. We can see number of doctors, number of patients, and patient capacity. So we are over capacity. We can increase funding, which increases capacity. You can see we can increase it quite a lot. But if we increase our capacity, which will increase the number of doctors, we can likely get a much better grade and make sure everyone's taken care of. Now, obviously, in the game here, you know, there's no simulation of corruption in these systems, right? There's no simulation of the inefficiencies of government-funded systems and how they can be manipulated and blah, 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 right? So, you know, the game can't simulate everything, but what they choose to simulate and what they choose not to simulate does impact people's view. Oh, here we go. Oh, my goodness. So here's some of our other layouts. Information we can get, like, okay, this is car traffic. If we get rid of car traffic, no one's doing anything except for cars here. Same here. Got some pedestrian traffic from the nearby houses to these businesses, but otherwise, everything's car. You know, we have a car-based city here at this point. And there's no way for me to make a sort of walking-based city, like either an old-style European city or a sort of new urbanism type of walking city. Which is, you know, unfortunate, but again, it's like, you gotta stop making the game at some point, right? So I'm gonna put in more farmland, but I'm gonna put on the other side of the city this time, because I don't want all the traffic. I don't know. I feel like it'll help the traffic a little. Alright. And this way I get to actually be on the edge of the agricultural zone, too. My little... Oh, that road's not actually connected here. Okay, wait. No. We'll use the main thoroughfare. Main thoroughfare. Boom. So we'll build this out, and then we'll downgrade it to just a regular street. We'll have maybe the cliff here will interfere with some of what we're doing, but that's fine. Happens. Sometimes there's cliffs in the way. How life works. You know, someone's gonna buy this one piece of property with a cliff on it, and they're gonna, you know, I don't know, have to make it work somehow. Let's go here. All right. Patricia says in City Skyline you can do that walking thing. What walking thing is that? Isn't that where you, like, follow a sim or whatever? Because you can also do stuff here. Oh, you can also do free drive. Ready for this? 2, 1. Beep. Yeah. Just drive around here. Move out of the way. Beep, beep. Out of my way. Oh, dead end. Oh, there's a... Freaked him out just a little. I don't know why they're disappearing. I think they're actually going to this farm, which is why it looks like they're disappearing. What else can I do? Swap to road on off? Oh. Oh, nice. So here I'm snapped to the roads. You can actually hear the blinkers. So right blinker. Or I can pull off. Oh! Out of my way. You bastard. Okay. That was stupid. Oh, Patricia says you can make a walking-based city in City Skylines. Oh, yeah? Life After Death says tattoos aren't worth it. Spend your money on something fun. Yeah, I agree. Tattoos, probably better not to get tattoos. Second Hat says, what do you think about tattoos? I haven't gotten one, but I'm thinking about it. Although I find them a warning on women. Yeah, well, you know. I don't think I need to comment on that specifically, but let me see if I can... I'm going to Google something. I know the sound turned off for you guys. Let me see here. I want to show you something. And I just have to search it up. I guess the music doesn't continue when I tab out. So, what do I want to type in? Okay, tattoo... Okay. Boink. Do this here. Now I'm going to bring up this browser window, properties. Have you guys seen this image before? So here you have skin. This is probably from a cadaver, right? A dead person. You have skin where they have their tattoo, and you're using red 170 and orange 13 for that dye color. And their lymph node, this ink is leaving their skin, going through their body and migrating into the lymph nodes, right? Which I believe is part of your immune system. For this color of ink, you have green 7. For this one, blue 15 and red 170. Blue 15 is actually migrated right there, so they've detected blue 15. So I guess these are the normal colors of the lymph nodes. Or something. Green 36 is migrated from the skin into the lymph node. I mean, you have these different pigments, and they can... I'm not big on the idea of putting stuff in the body that's going to migrate. Like, you think you're putting it in your skin, you're actually putting it everywhere. It's going to migrate around in your body. It is going to move around in your body and end up in places where you might be frustrated with the fact that you actually did that to yourself. Now, go ahead and do it if you really want to. But I can't recommend it. Oh my gosh, all these people are without water? No one said anything to me. Sorry, folks. I'll turn the water on. Oh, my house is without water. Oh, wait, no, that's the house of worship, isn't it? Okay. It's all good, people. We'll get everyone on the water supply. Better late than never. And this, and get it out to here. Okay, let's check on the things here. So we're getting up there in power. Water. Yeah. Okay, now let's take a look over here. Excellent news, Mayor. Everywhere I turn, I run into citizens who loudly laud every achievement of your leadership. It seems the whole city is memorized by your charms and your cunning city management. Oh boy. Feeling real good as the gamer here. Everyone's loving me, all these fake people. Hollywood has been trying to get you on the line, but I'm fielding too many calls from other mayors desperate to know your secrets. Walk tall, Mayor, walk tall. Oh, well. So, you will see in SimCity 4 we have the funding, which I think can influence the power somewhat. You have max capacity, but you also have plant condition. We're at 99%. Eventually, all these city services, or at least some of these city services like power plants, water supplies, this sort of stuff, these do have conditions. They will have to be decommissioned at some point. They will have to be destroyed. They do get old, and you will have to build new ones. So, you see max capacity is 200. Actual capacity is 199. So really, we're probably at 99.5% condition. We're at 73% of the capacity of the power grid. And this is what it's costing people, I guess, to get power. The House of Worship has made a fine addition to Emmer's spiritual life, Mayor, and as a result, the Sims have developed a keen sense of the hereafter. Now they're requesting a dignified cemetery be built in town. I don't think we should risk angry visitations from ghostly entities. Do you? Initial cost $0, monthly cost. Okay, yeah, like a very dignified. Where do I want to put the cemetery? I mean, I think I'll put it by the House of Worship. It'll be sort of at the edge here. Boom. So we can actually click on the House of Worship. Weddings per week. 55 weddings per week? Jesus. What? Wait a second. 55? That's 7.85 weddings per day. Imagine. You must come in there to get married. They, you know, they do your vows super quick and rush your butt out of there to bring in the next couple. 56 now. Mr. Gladius says, no matter where I go, I can't escape the bloody lymph nodes. No, you can't. Let's see here. Patricia says he's coming with a sword? I don't know if that was to me. Ando says he hates needles. It's true, needles are bad. Victorian was thinking about getting a tattoo. I don't recommend it. I'm not saying that I'll hate you if you do it, but I don't recommend it. Okay. Misplaced coffins? Oh my god. Who the hell's running this cemetery? Well, they just opened. I've already misplaced 2 coffins. How's my house doing? Monthly maintenance cost, $30. Number of uninvited guests, 109. It's over 3 a day. What else do I have here? I think that's all I have for some of this stuff. Life After Death says doctors found brains with hair color on them? You'd have to show me that. I'm not sure if I believe that. But maybe I do. Just show me. I mean, your skin is semi-permeable. I mean, you probably shouldn't put nasty stuff on your skin too often, including hair dyes and all sorts of fake tan crap. Sorry, Donald Trump. I'm just saying. Probably best to forego some of that crap. Johnny 5K says, how much is my population? It's 2,500 now. So, I mean, we got a little city. A little bustling little town here. Okay, let's take a look at some of the things here. So power, I mean, we'll have to build more power to expand. Water, we will have to build water soon. Crime is very low. You know, our one police outfit is working well for such a small town. Air pollution is moderate, I guess. Jobs and population. Water pollution. Oh, garbage. Okay. We need to create a method to deal with garbage. Well, I guess it's time to do the waste energy plant. So here we have a a crater from when all life was chaos. This is where we're putting our waste energy plant here. In the crater. Okay. So they're building the road. Okay, let's put it on slow. We actually have to make sure that this is connected to the city with power lines. Let's actually start just straight out the back. Okay, so now if we look at power... Oh, it might take a second to kick in. Also, I guess the one problem with waste energy plant is if we run out of waste, like, oh, we burned all the garbage, then the electricity shuts off. Quick, more garbage. Mr. Gladius said, how do you convince the citizens to marry en masse? I don't know, man. You just need a good, wholesome city. This house of worship might actually be helping. Still 2 misplaced coffins. They haven't found a place for the coffins yet. Oh my gosh. So, look at this. Here's my mansion. They got a couple mansions right across the street from me, even bigger. Who's building a mansion across the street from the mayor's mansion that's bigger than the mayor's mansion? This person's a real show-off. Don't you think? Nero says, do you think there is a strong correlation between the quality of women and the drive of men? I don't know how strong it is, but I mean, there's got to be some effect, right? Like, men compete for the women. If women aren't around, available, or worth competing for, it'll lower men's drive. But also, of course, yeah, I mean, well, whatever. New residential development is stymied by limited choices, so they want more. This guy's telling me to do more residential. Let's check my income. I am still running a deficit. So I'm spending 2,000 simoleons, and I'm making 1475. Let's take a look. So, like, here you see the power shot up, because we had a lot of garbage to burn. I still have a small town that can't produce that much garbage, so now it's crashed again. Because I burned through the garbage. You know, the plant just burns everything as it gets it. There's no, like, sort of, like, oh, let's ration it out sort of thing and keep a stockpile on the side. Now I think what's happening is it's going to flatten out because, oh, you know, it's just burning in as it receives it. So this is how fast it's coming in. And I think it's a fairly steady rate that garbage comes in, unless your streets get blocked up and then the garbage trucks can't move around. So let's take a look here. So here's my sort of civic tools. You know, I have these sorts of stuff, but this is landmarks. Could build a Hollywood sign right next to the trash burner, which is probably where our Hollywood sign belongs. Alcatraz? Oh boy. I could build a little island, a little man-made island, put Alcatraz out there. California Plaza. And it does tell me where all these things are from, so Hollywood, Los Angeles, the Sphinx, Giza in Egypt, Alcatraz, San Francisco, California Plaza, which is in Walnut Creek, California. You know, I've actually been in Walnut Creek, California, and I still don't know what the California Plaza is. Mr. Gladius says the music is getting intense. Oh yeah, yeah. SimCities have always been known for their music. I think SimCity 3000 has a very well-liked soundtrack. Tower of London? Or what did that say? That said tower, right? Yeah. Washington Monument? Jeez. What else can I build here? Oh, these are things that I've already built or I haven't unlocked yet. Probably could use a park, though. You know what I'll do? I'll put some parks around my house. One, it'll be like, hey, I can use the space around my house to provide nice things for the public. Two, I don't have to deal with neighbors. Oh, this person doesn't have a job. That's a bummer. Okay, wait. Open paved area, basketball courts. I'm not building basketball courts next to my house. Soccer field's way too big, of course. Oops. I could build a skateboard park for the delinquents. Medium playground for the little kids. Bam. And I can build one more here. And a flower garden. Well, maybe I can build a couple here. Build the flower garden there. Wait. Oh, here we go. Here's what I'll do. Oops. And maybe I can do the soccer field now. Yeah. There we go. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Look at it really beefed up the ground next to my house. There's a sheer retaining wall cliff right next to my mansion. Hopefully it won't collapse. Second Hat says, every society has to channel male energy into productive ways in order to grow. They do this by giving them mates and offspring, so their fortune is tied to that of the larger community. Right, yeah, you want your young, able-bodied men to have skin in the game. You know, you want the well-being and happiness of your men to be... Oh, there's car crashes here. What's happening? Oh my gosh. That was a really bad one. Right in front of the house. They probably got distracted by the giant cliff of a wall here. Rear-ended the person in front of them. I mean, if you want a good society, you want as many people as possible invested in it in a real meaningful way. And this is part of the reason why in early United States, early America, you had laws about who could vote, right? And one of the ways you could get the ability to vote was to own land. So, right, you had a lot of people moving to the United States, you moving out of the United States, going back to Europe, right? And there was sort of, like, everyone in the United States had immediate family they had back in Europe, right? So anyone could leave if they didn't fit in or they didn't like the way things were going or any of that stuff. Well, one of the reasons why you needed to own land to vote is because it proved that you were sort of settling in, right? If you purchased land, you were sort of making a commitment to try and really make a go of it here. It was proof that you were, like, gonna be invested in the well-being of the community, so it makes sense that you would get to vote. But other people who are like, if things get bad here, I'll just go back to Europe, you know, then it's like, well, you don't want those people getting a say in how things are run, because those people are just gonna leave if something stupid is picked, right? I gotta save. I just had some crazy lag, so I want to save. Okay, good. We're saved. All right, KNat says he wanted to emigrate at some point. He doesn't say where, but I like our people too much to ever leave it behind inside. Yeah. Well, and I don't know, did you ever see my video on bitter expats? KNat says, as for retaking, he doubts it'll ever happen. He's hoping for resettlement. I mean, it's gonna be a while before we find out, like, if we get the support to make things happen. What thing will happen will depend on how things are going when that support is gotten. Kingdom of Vinland says he thinks a Fallout game set in Alaska would be cool. I mean, Alaska's already sort of the Wild West. I mean, I told you guys maybe one time I met a European, someone who was born in Europe, came over to Alaska, and he lives out in the middle of nowhere, and he will take like a big bull moose, you know, they can be like 1,500 pounds or whatever. They're huge animals. And him and his dogs eat that for most of the summer or whatever. I mean, it's still cold. There's permafrost. He's way up there, up in the north, right? And, I mean, how more chaotic and wild do you want to get? I mean, Second Hat proposes or is thinking about a system where men get to vote through conscription. Well, it wouldn't be... Well, I mean, like service, right? And women get it through creating the next generation. I mean, that's certainly one idea. It improves some sort... It proves some sort of commitment, right? To the underlying society. Okay. What do I want to build here? Let's check in on my mayoral duties. Maybe... So power... We can see power has leveled out. Now that we have a steady stream coming into the waste producer, we're good there. Water, we're getting towards the edge on water. for an expansion, right? We could stay with it where we are with water. What's this guy? My public safety guy. Gaps in police coverage. Okay. I mean, it's covering everything right now, really. I guess there's maybe some bad news happening over there. Oh. Yeah, someone got shanked at the farm or something. Well, I mean, darn. I'm going to build a second little outpost here. We'll build another road, a real thoroughfare. God, that's... Okay, whatever. It'll build this sort of S road. This sort of S road. Sort of snakes through the area. And then we'll build the smaller little streets off of this. Did I get that? Oh, okay, here we go. Maybe a little of that. That, and this. That. Okay. And this will open us up. On the other side of the cliff here, we'll do some more agriculture, maybe. Or we could do a industrial outpost out here somewhere. The only problem is I don't want to pollute the ground that I'm farming. Varg says, have you played City Skylines? Yeah, I've played City Skylines. I've played a lot of the city building games. Well, I've played all the SimCities, and I've played City Skylines. How's that? You know what I should play on stream? I loved it as a kid. Is Sim Tower. And some tower building game came out in the last few years that I bought, and I played a bunch, and I forget what it is. It's in my Steam library. I could find it. Okay. Let's put in water. I need water over here for my new outpost. So this will be the old town. Oh god, the lag. Do you see the frame drops on this 19-year-old game? So that's Old Town. Here we'll establish a new area. Okay, so let's slow it down slightly. We want to actually connect our water pipes so we're all on the same grid, right? Good. Now let's start zoning. People need a place to live over here. Some people want to live over here at the beach. Like that? Oh god. How about that? Yeah, that? Well, let's do this for now. What the heck? Oh. Do that. We need some commercial in here, though. And we want to stick the commercial closer to the main road that I got going through here. Let's hijack some of this real quick. Oh my god. Forgot about electricity. My new water pump's not even on. Okay, should be good. We're connecting through the farmland now. Ando says, how old is my laptop? I don't know, a year or two old. Like, it's newer. A year or two, I think. Not old. Okay, so let's get some commercial. Yeah, this should be good. Maybe. Okay, let's do that. And then here too. Yeah. What else did I want? Oh yeah, I wanted to come in with city services. We're gonna have separate city services over here. I mean, everything else is so far away. Well, we gotta put these on the main road though. So here's a police station, right? They also have police kiosks. Okay, wait. Police station. Boink. Fire station. Put that across the street from the police. Education. I'll put a new elementary school in here. On the main road, though. And a medical clinic. Stick right here. Varg says, what's your favorite? Tier list, perhaps? Oh, gosh. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to really play them all again. I'd have to grab them all and play them. And then make a tier list. My heart says SimCity 2000 is going to be probably top tier. But, you know, I'd have to actually give it a shot for sure before I pass that sort of judgment, you know? No. I don't want all those connections to the main thoroughfare. How about this? Oof. How about this? Oh, look at the way that works. Oh. No. Yeah, let's do that. Kind of neat looking. That's awful. That'll be fine. Do this. Bam. What do you think? Oh, I gotta put in pipes. There we go. The mayor is giving out free pipes. Not like Biden. Not those pipes. Water pipes. Not those pipes. Drinking water. Life after death. Do y'all know how many libertarians believe that there should not teach... Oh, okay, one second. Do y'all know how many libertarians believe that they should not teach their children that taxation is theft? What? KNAT says, City Skylines, say F for saying that farmers are stupid. Yeah, there was that in there. So, Nero says, City Skylines does that? How? So, I don't know if you were on the stream where I talked about this the other day. Let me turn that down slightly. Well, I guess I changed. If I tab out, the track changes. It was jostling me. I need something more calm. Oh, yeah, this is good. So in cities, oh, what's this? Water. Okay, that's capacity shooting up, not usage. So, City Skylines. Now, there is no, in most of these games that I know of, or any of them as far as I know, there's no intelligence for Sims, right? Sims aren't shown to be more or less intelligent. Sims are only showed as more or less educated. So that's their way of talking about intelligence, is through education. And in City Skylines, there are jobs for like lower education people and higher education people. When you go to agricultural settings, when you go to industrial settings where they are growing food or producing furniture or any of that, those spaces only provide jobs for the uneducated. So on some level, they're saying that they're jobs for the stupid, right? But when you start to see more educated jobs is in the commercial section. So you'll actually be able to watch a truck go from the manufacturing plant where they produce furniture to the furniture store, and that's where the smarter jobs are. So dumb people make furniture, make stuff that you need in the world, and smart people are merchants who sell you the stuff. And then, of course, in City Skylines, the even smarter people are the ones who move around money, who work in the financial section, who are in the corporate environment, right? So that's the hierarchy that City Skyline creates through the way that they handle employment of the simulated people. Is dumb people go to industry, dumb people make all the stuff you need to live, smart people are merchants, merchants are smart, and money lenders, financial systems, corporate world, that's the smart people, right? No smart people in manufacturing your, your cereal. So he says, check it out. So he's pointing me out, we've got low flammability and high flammability. He's concerned that some of this is pretty red, and again, I'm colorblind, so this isn't always super obvious to me what's the problem. But normally, I mean, how they do set it up is at least high flammability is just straight up darker, right? So I can always do that. And I mean, this all seems pretty bright to me. I don't know, so what exactly is he pointing out? Oh, it's the power plant. He's concerned about this power plant, isn't he? There's no way for me to create a little fire kiosk or anything there, is there? So he's concerned about this power plant. Because that's red, right? It's dark. It's certainly a lot darker than this. Alright, so... Oh, and I just thought, too... all the garbage from these people is going to have to come across this road to here. Maybe I can put in a bypass just to discourage that a little bit. Let me put in this here, this here, and again, I don't know how the AI necessarily works in this game, but at least in real life, people would want to generally stay on the faster road and avoid the city here when it comes to these trash trucks. In the game, they might still send them through the city or something. That'd be annoying, but, you know. There they go, making the road. Varg says the devs probably have no idea what modern agriculture looks like. Right, well, yeah. I mean... True. And I'm not saying that game developers, when they put information like this in their game, when they, like, make merchants smart, but producers stupid, they're not necessarily being malicious. They're not always, like, out to create a certain narrative. Sometimes it's just like they've been told their whole life that merchants are smart and people who make stuff are dumb, right? They are a product of their own sort of cultural milieu. Alright. So they want more industry, huh? I'm just concerned about pollution. I could put some industry out here by the crap plant. Whatever this is. They need more industry. Can I put high density? Will people build on that? Oop. There you go. Build your industry, people. Wait a second. Oh, now agriculture is up too. Wait a second. Oh yeah, I'm gonna build some more agriculture over here somewhere. I'll do another thing sort of over here. I'll sort of work my way around the watering hole. Life After Death says, in Tropico 3, you could choose the settings of newspapers, schools, radio stations, and television stations too. Oh. Nero says, where he's at, it's legal to open trash containers, take what you want, and leave the rest on the road. funny when forced to wear masks, but that goes on. Well. Okay, let's make me some agriculture here. Farming. We be farming. Oh gosh, we're gonna be big farming. Big farming. Oh my gosh. Farmers market will shorten route from field to table. Mayor, the farmers of Emmer report bumper crops, but they're tired of driving in bumper-to-bumper traffic to get their goods to the distributors. Why don't you put a local farmers market in operation so those green goods can get into Sims homes as fast as they're picked? Nothing's so fine as a strawberry right off the vine. All right. I'm putting it in Old Town, I think. After all, I need it to be near my house. There's my house. And he said nothing so fine as a strawberry right off the vine, so I don't want to miss out. Stick it right here. Okay. We'll actually go straight through here over. Uh-oh. They need power. Don't worry, everybody. There's your power. And your water is on the way. Just start building stuff and I'll give you water after. What is all this? Oh, okay. I'm still in this mode. Okay. Kingdom says, I wonder if a post-apocalyptic flight sim / survival game would work. I think it could work. I don't see anything wrong with that idea. And I think if I think if done well, a lot of ideas could work. You know what I mean? Like, all right, so what are my advisors saying? Well, first, am I making money yet? Oh my god, I'm still losing money. I'm losing money. The town's going broke. Let's take a look at my advisors. What do you want? Gaps in police coverage, police data. Oh, there's a problem at one of the farms. Okay, what else? Yep. Yeah, so I checked on the fire protection spread thin. It's at one of the farms, isn't it? No, it's at the, he's not pleased about this industrial area being, poorly protected, which actually makes more sense if they start actually building here. They might not build here. I might need to put them in medium density. Let's try that. Make sure they got water. They don't have water. Okay. Now, oh yeah, see, they're building. Let's go ahead and give them a small fire station out here too. Just so they're covered. Alright, stop complaining. Let's take a look at power. Okay. Well, you see, our power generation is going up while our demand is going up, because remember, we're using garbage to make power. So as we get more people using power, they're also making more garbage. Water. Yeah, we haven't grown that much. Crime. Shooting all around like crazy. Good. That's how I like it. Let's check on my clinic. So we're getting near capacity. I can bump it a little just so I don't have to come back here in 2 minutes and bump it then. Oh my gosh. Mayor, I'm pleased to present you with the culmination of months of design effort. A new high-capacity elementary school. A big city like ours needs big solutions. So, through an economy of scale, we can now accommodate many times as many students as in a single facility than ever before. Educate the masses en masse. I will accept for now, but I can't afford to place it now. Spencer, how's it going? Hellraiser says, nice, very nice. Let's see Krogan City. Krogan will have to build a city. Krogan's not here right now. Please leave a message. Ask Krogan to build a city in SimCity. See what he builds. Also, make sure to get the origin story, right? The creation myth for the city. Because if you were here at the beginning of the stream, that's what I went over first. I did the creation myth. Where first there was chaos, and I had, you know, well, let me check this. I had all sorts of meteors falling down from the sky, and I'll show you some of the craters here in a second. Oh, he wants to connect to the roads to the neighbors, but we don't have any neighbors yet. So I'm not going to put that thing down, but like here you got craters. There was all sorts of lightning. We actually built the entire city, which was just this sort of strip here, in land that the gods had told us to build in. So there was a very elaborate creation myth for the whole town. And it was all through our sacrifice. We had a blood sacrifice of a giant mammoth. Spencer says he likes these kind of games. Yeah, a lot of guys do, for sure. Victorian says, I just glanced out my window and saw an attractive girl riding a horse. Oh, well, do you need to go? I mean, it's okay. You don't have to stay. You can go up to that horse and you can say, hey, buddy, me next. Okay, let's make sure we got all our water up here. These people need water too, I suppose. All right. So how are we doing? We've got this industry built up here. It's booming. Oh, God. Also, let me save here, too. Just in case it crashes. I haven't had a single crash yet. Last time we tried to play this, I had a lot of crashes. This actually worried me right now. That was a long time to save. And the music reset. There's always girls allowed, Nero. But only based and red-pilled ones. God. I feel weird even saying it. Okay, let's get a little side street, because this is porked. Build up that little side street so people can build their houses here. I don't know what happened to the zoning commission. I should play that one clip, Sam Hyde clip. You remember that Sam Hyde clip? I posted it on Twitter the other day, a while ago, where he's like, oh, this girl walked up to me. She's like, oh, Sam, I really like what you do, and you seem really nice, and I wanted to know if you'd hang out. And he's like, no, MGTOW. It's a really funny one. I'm sure it's real funny when I just say the whole thing, too. Oh, gosh. State Fair. Apex of Agriculture. Mayor, it's nice to be recognized from all corners. And the particular corner this time has things growing and crowning in it. State Fair officials have designated our agricultural accommodating city as the beneficiary of their new State Fair. We'll have candy apples and rodeo rides aplenty soon, and that's no bull, Mayor. Yes. We need the State Fair. Oh my... Look at how huge the State Fair is. This is like the size of multiple neighborhoods. I guess that's true with a lot of state fairs. There's... Some state fairs are a lot bigger than others, you know, though. What's the biggest state fairs in the country? It's like Texas, Minnesota... those are the two big ones that I know of. Ando says yucky girls. Oh, God. Well, maybe when you get older, you'll start liking girls. I'll just put the state fair here. See, this way it's close to my house, too. Look at that. Oh, my gosh. How about that? Now let's see what this says. Blue ribbons awarded, 24. You got the teacups, the spinning teacups. Oh, tilt and whirl ride. Okay. Yeah, it's the teacups though, right? Isn't it the teacups? What do you guys call this? Tilt and whirl? Teacups? I saw one online that was ducks. So 2 young guys span their ducks so fast that they broke it. What we got over here? Oh, here we got the Ferris wheel. Everyone calls that a Ferris wheel, right? Not much else going on for rides. Got this stadium, sort of, probably rodeo or something. Show barns, expo locations. Look at them all. God, they're having a great time. Good thing we built this. Nero says, are we all cis white males here? For the most part. Ando says teacups. Yeah, see, I think they're teacups too. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. Really bad accident. Right across from my house again. Again, people are driving by. They're hitting each other. They're distracted by this. Oh, see, the whole crowd's dispersing. Well, that was fun. People are getting distracted by the giant retaining wall next to the mayor's mansion, and they're crashing right in front of the park. Dangerous. Oh, God. Life after death. I didn't even know you could write that symbol. Why does that symbol exist, I wonder? Number of uninvited guests, 110. Oh, did you see that giant air balloon? Hot air balloon? I think that's from the State Fair. I think you'll see hot air balloons over the city now. Oh, a deciduous tree? Oh, okay, that's in the flower garden. I'm like, why does a tree cost me $20? House of Worship, 57 weddings per week now. We are up. Misplaced coffins, still 2. Blue ribbons awarded, 24. What else have I built from the city? Farmer's market. Varieties of plums, 1,630. There's a... God. Oh. Oh, God, I need a drink of water now. 1,600 varieties of plums, dude. Whew. Spencer thinks he's found a girlfriend. Well, you know, if you have to drop the stream, I'm fine with that. I do have to watch out for those horse girls, though. Okay, how am I doing on... Let me check my... Let's check the graphs here. Commute time sucks. 60 minutes. Oh, God. Power. It's going up. Like, consumption's going up, but so is production because we're filling with trash. Water is fine. Garbage. Oh, my God. I don't see anything on this. Oh. Okay. Education. We're at 40 out of 200 something. Population by age. Ew. Look at that. That's how it's supposed to look, guys. Residential average income, city income and expenses. At least they're getting closer. Well, there was a time where I was... Wow. Okay, let's take a look at the budget. Oh, God, they're close now. I only need to do a couple things more, and then I can actually be profitable. And the way to do that is probably to increase a little bit of industry over here. ABCs will put Sims on solid ground. Mayor, there are some simple but compelling cost-benefit formulas, and one of the best is that education means opportunity. Not to mention it helps Sims satisfaction and general good. take pains to promote full education in Emmer, keeping all the school systems sound and libraries and museums well funded. An educated workforce is a force to be reckoned with. So there you have in the game EQ, education quotient, instead of IQ, intelligence quotient. Because again, these games are using education as a stand-in for intelligence. It's like, or it's not a full stand-in. I mean, there's education aspects. Well, let's just say these issues are a lot more intertwined in real life, and in the games, one is just not touched at all. And I know in a lot of these games, they have a lot of knock-on effects of education, right? Like, educated Sims often produce less garbage, they're less criminal. Oh, here we go. A growing town immortalizes their favorite mayor. Strike the gong and sing along, mayor. Emmer is growing strong, and in honor of your distinguished record in directing this growth, the citizens have decided to present you with a larger-than-life statue of your own likeness. Your visage will be an inspiration for decades to come. Male statue, female statue, or decline. I bet you very few people click that one. Okay, let's take a look here. Where am I going to put this statue? I could put it by the state fair. I could put it right in front of my house. I could knock... You know that guy who built that mansion that's bigger than mine across the street? I could knock down his house and put a statue to myself there. Ah. Where else? You know where else I could put it? Right about here. Right about here. You know why? Because this is where the tornado started. The tornado that cleared away the trees. The gods summoned the tornado to clear away the trees for the founding of my city. And it was here. So I'm gonna put the statue here. Pigeon nests. God, I just built it and there's already a pigeon nest there. Nero says that he turned down a girl. Sorry, love. Having a picnic in the countryside sounds great, but embargo is streaming. Well, see, that's why you need cellular data. So you can watch me on your picnic. We should watch together. Babe, wake up. Embargo is streaming, says Gladius. Oh, God. Jeez. Imagine being woken up to watch this. Like, what the hell are you doing? It's a great way for your woman to hate you. Spencer says, I feel like the people who made it also don't believe in natural intelligence, or nature intelligence. Yeah, I mean, the more common myth of the day is blank slate, right? Like, anyone can be anything, anyone could do anything, and it's just a matter of willpower and work, and eventually you'll get there. And it's not true, but it's sort of a harsh reality that people don't want to say. It's sort of, on some level, it's considered, like, rude to point out. Gosh, there's a lot of things to that. Uh-oh. So, when I did that there, I broke this power line. That's bad. Everyone sort of lost... Well, not everyone. We sort of had a brownout all of a sudden in Old Town. Oops. Alright. We got water over here? We don't. In fact, we don't have water... Oh. We don't have water anywhere over there. Oh, look at that. Things are shifting and moving. How am I doing on water? Exit underground. Water. Okay, look at that. My usage is spiked in water super hard. We're running out of water here, people. We need a new water tower ASAP. Let's stick it over here. At this edge of town. I suppose I could make an actual water pump instead of just these water towers. Okay, are we good? Let's take a look. Data views. Water. Alright. We've got our capacity up. So we're no longer dying of thirst here. So Patricia says, girls are making him crazy. They're so brainwashed. The propaganda seeps into every aspect of life. Yeah, I mean, this goes back to the conversation. Who was it who asked me? Was it you who asked me about Sam Hyde's advice? Sam Hyde said something like, just get a bubble head, you know? When she tries to talk about stuff like this, just be like, oh yeah, honey, it's so bad. Let's watch Wall-E. You know, I'll put on Wall-E for us and we'll make a pizza. That was his advice. You know, it's like, I'm not super into that advice, but I'm not super against it either. Yeah. You know, on some level, being masculine is like being stoic and like accepting women are the way they are to some extent, right? So it's like when your girl says something kind of goofy and you know it's wrong, you can kind of say like, well, you're wrong, but whatever. I don't care, you know, or like it's not that big a deal that she's wrong. Like she can kind of be wrong. Now, what I said when that question was asked, K-Nat said he asked that. Okay, so when K-Nat asked me that originally, I said like, really, you got to make sure you agree on the important parts, and then everything else is much more, you know, up in the air and malleable. And the important parts are, do you both want the same sort of family, right? Like, if you want 6 kids and a dog, and she wants 8 kids and a cat, like, you could maybe work that out. But if you want 4 kids and on a ranch, and she wants 0 kids in a big city, in a apartment, then that's not workable, right? So, like, do you both have the same family goals? And does she hate men, right? You can't be with a woman who hates men. And you can't be a man who hates women, right? Like, if you hate women or she hates men, it's always going to be really bad in the relationship, right? But if that can be handled, she likes men, she likes masculine men, she likes being a woman, she likes femininity, and you both have similar family desires, everything else is totally workable. So here's an orange grove, huh? Jez Knight Acres. What's over here? Apple trees. Apple orchard. The apple orchard in the orange grove. Neat. Patricia says it's difficult in Germany to have a conversation on anything without becoming a pariah. Yeah. So, what? I'm not exactly sure what you're saying, Nero. You're saying Socrates, Plato, Aristotle is... Wait, Socrates is to Plato, is to Aristotle, as Sargon is to Sam Hyde is to Embargo? That's what you're saying? I mean, that's a heck of a... It's a... Okay. I mean, you do you, dude. That's a heck of a idea. I don't want to stifle your creativity, though. Nero says... Oh, no. Ando says, imagine if centuries from now, Sargon's videos survive. Oh, that'll be great. Life After Death said 4 kids is good enough. Well, it's good enough for some people. Not others. Oh my god. Nero's... God. Could you imagine? Like a Sargonite school of intellectual thought hundreds of years from now? Jeez. Oh, please. Stop. Okay. Am I profitable yet? Okay, I'm losing $11 a month. It's much better than how I started. What is that? Okay. Oh, he's got cows there. How am I doing on population? So I passed 5,000 people in population. Okay. I need to build at least a little bit so I can finally become profitable. And I think I'll just add more industry. Let's see what people need. Well, maybe I could try increasing the density of my residential zones. I'll go over to the new town here and see how this works. What happens when I do that? Anything? Does that actually change it? I think it changed it. Let's put it on faster mode. Ando says, writing a treaty, son. Why Anita Sarkeesian is wrong. God, can you imagine people in the future actually reading about arguments between Sargon and Anita Sarkeesian? Oh my, look at that! Car spinning! Giant accident. There was an accident all the way at this intersection. The car flew over here and just started spinning out of control. Finally came to a stop. That's crazy. So yeah, they're building up now with this higher density. Mr. Gladia says that Sam Hyde was president during Caesar's assassination. Yeah, it's like et tu, Samu. I don't know. So, just increasing the density of these two neighborhoods, and still not all of it has, like, this is low density, I believe, and so this is high. So the partial change from low to high, or low to medium, in this area of town has increased the population by over 300. And look at that, we're profitable. We're making $12 a month, 12 simoleons. Spencer is saying in chat that there was a girl who was mean and nasty to him and then was attracted to him later. Well, you know, one, girls are weird sometimes. Two, people are weird sometimes. You know, I don't know what kind of person she was. I wasn't there. But sometimes people, especially depending on their upbringing, don't have a good understanding of how to socialize and to make friends and to become more than friends. I remember, so I was organizing an event. This is not part of my job. It was an event that I was organizing related to hobbies, right? And while I was there, someone came over who wasn't part of the event, but he came over, he saw the event was happening, and tried to talk to us, and he was incredibly rude. He basically said what we were doing was stupid. But he did it, like, he was kind of smiling, and I wasn't sure what to make of it, because I'm like, well, leave them. You know, that was my perspective. Like, if you think what we're doing is stupid, well then by all means, stay far away from us. And I told this story to my boss, my manager where I worked. And my manager sort of looked at me and said, do you think that for that guy, that was his best attempt at making friends? And given the way he sort of smiled afterward and sort of stood around for a little bit, as if, like, we were going to talk to him more, I realized that was what happened. This guy walking over to our little event, saying what we were doing was stupid, and then sort of smiling and standing there, that was his best attempt at trying to make friends. And that's crazy, right? Because, like, that's not how you make friends. But he's having trouble understanding that. Like, he's having trouble in terms of his socialization, his history, the way he was talked to in his family, the way he was talked to by other people growing up. Like, he's having trouble making that step from stranger to friend. And he's doing it in ways that are, like, really off the wall, because maybe that's kind of what he was subjected to at home and other things. So you never know when you're outdoors, when you're out with people, and, like, someone's, like, rude to you, but it's like they like you. It's sometimes that kind of stuff. Okay, so while I was expanding the city and we got 400 new people, apparently we ran out of power or something. So let's put it on pause. Power. Oh, no, I don't want to see the data view. I want to see the actual... Okay, so we're not out of power, but we're getting very close. Our usage is nearly at capacity. And if something were to happen, like a traffic jam that were to deny a flow of garbage into our waste-to-energy plant, and this power were to drop off, we'd actually have massive blackouts. So let's look at building more power, and we can't just put another waste-to-energy plant because we're already using all the waste. Like, I don't think that'll help. But I could put in another one of these or two. What if I do this? I have to look at this, too. Okay, so this is a couple hundred at most for those. I can put in maybe 2 more windmills. Wind power. Ooh, I could put one on top of the cliff here. You know, this would be neat. Let's do, wait a second. Put it on pause for a second. Up on top of the cliff overlooking. Be like, boom, boom. And then I'll have to make some really obnoxious power lines that come down. Okay. Look at that. Got plenty of power for now. Life After Death said, my grandparents had 4 kids, 16 grandkids, 72 great-grandkids, and over 100 great-great-grandkids. Yeah. Well, I mean, Priscilla Mullins and John Eldon, they had 12 kids, and then 7 of their kids had their own kids. They had, like, 70 grandkids. I mean, I'm not saying that 4 is not... I'm not saying that 4 is not enough. Like, if you decide that 4 is enough, then you are fine to have 4. I will not pass bad judgment on you. But there are people who want more than 4, and I think they're great. Let's take a look over here. So here's the police station in Old Town. I think we're doing pretty well. What's actually probably going to need more services in the future is going to be the new town that I built over here, because we are building these higher density buildings. Number of patrol cars, number of cells. We got 2 inmates and 20 cells. Oh, so we got 230 patients, but can't, that we're already at capacity. We can do this. Elementary school. Oh, see, we're already don't have enough for the kids. So let's keep increasing the density of Newtown. We'll just keep pumping things up over here. And you got to be ready and willing to pump up the services as they need it. And we will allow them to increase bigly. bigly increase if they want. Bigly. Everyone's favorite word. Mr. Gladius says, in this world, is the destiny of mankind controlled by some transcendental entity or law? It is like the hand of God hovering above. At least it is true that man has no control even over his own will. Are you asking about my character, like in the game? Me as the mayor, if I am godly? Or are you asking about the creation myth of this land? Because the creation myth includes the gods. The gods actually decided... So, the mayor of this town, which I'm currently controlling, is the first man. The first man. And the gods actually determined where he would be allowed to build his town. Because he made peace with the gods to bring order to the world out of chaos by sacrificing the largest mammoth in the world. He hunted the largest mammoth down and ritual sacrifice and provided it as a sacrifice to the gods, and so the gods are on his side, right? Is that what are you asking exactly is my question. I wish I could read your name, dude. Whatever your name is. He says, my dad was one of 12 kids, mom one of 10. I'm one of 14. I have 21 nieces and nephews so far. Oh, wow. Wow. I think that's pretty cool. High capacity high school, so I will accept it, but I can't build it right now. As you saw, it costs $3,000 a month to run. That would double the actual, like, that would double the expenses that I'm dealing with. Okay, so we're seeing they're really going to be expanding over here. In terms of population. Let me take a look at the police station. So, like, they're going to be expanding in some of the areas where the police coverage is lower. If I increase school bus funding, you can see the circle gets a little bit larger, but not that much larger. And medical clinic should be similar. I can change the funding of the clinic to allow more patients to be here, but also I can increase the ambulance funding. I believe. Oh, maybe that didn't change anything. No, the ambulance funding isn't changing the size of the circle. Okay, whatever. Oh, is that Babushka? I don't know if I should believe you, Nero. KNAT says, we've talked about what qualities to look for in a woman. Next, I'd like to hear from what activities men should do to find them. Oh, what should you do to find women? Well, I'd say first and foremost... Okay, let's make sure we got enough room for the little kids, since we're, you know, we're talking about kids anyway and families. The first thing if you're looking for a woman as a man, first thing I'd recommend is let good people who you think are good, let them know that you're doing so. So that could be your family, friends, potentially coworkers, right? Like, people who you think are good, let them know. Because they might associate with other good people who may know an available woman, a good woman, who can get introduced to you. That's the first thing. Otherwise, you know, one of the things you could do if you have the time, and if you're watching my stream, you do have the time. And I'm not saying that to be mean. Like, if you didn't come to my stream to engage in an activity that was, like, healthy and wholesome and good, I would not be angry. What sort of wholesome, good activities could you do that could put you in touch with women? Women are interested in people, men are interested in things to a large degree, which is why men end up on streams where we talk about and watch gaming. Because we're interested in things and we're interested in systems. If you were to look at the gender, the sexual statistics on SimCity, I mean, it's a bunch of guys, right? one of the things you can consider doing is volunteering your time. So women, right? There are like lots and lots and lots of women are compassionate and are interested in people. If you volunteer your time at any sort of charity, animal shelter, or anything like that, you will meet compassionate women. Now, hopefully, some of those women will be comfortable in their femininity and not hate men, you know, not be on the whole feminist train. You will encounter some of them there too, but like that's who you'll sort through, right? You'll be like, well, you're compassionate, you care about animals, you care about children, you care about people. How do you feel about men? How do you feel about all these other things? And they'll sort of, in one way or another, they'll inform you, like, yeah, and this is not a question you're asking directly, you're just judging them. Like, yes, you're judging them. Like, you're hearing them speak. You're talking about the issues. Maybe not directly. But that's what I'd recommend. Put yourself around compassionate women and find the ones that are like their femininity and like men and like men's masculinity. So definitely, if you decide not to come to one of my streams because you're volunteering in an animal shelter, well, you're certainly much more likely to find a potential wife at the animal shelter than you are here. You know, this is just the way it is. Nero says, he's been a fan for so long and I don't trust him. Well, weren't you saying that I said a word that I didn't say? Of course I don't trust you. I know you're teasing, but like, and I'm teasing you. Anyway. Okay, Mr. Gladius says, I think inviting a girl in my cave and showing her my mammoth tux collection should surely make her fall in love with me. Don't you agree? Yeah, just make sure you have the mallet. Knock her out and bring her back to the thing. So, the guy whose name I can't read is telling me about his name. Babushina, which means grandma's Kikimora, which is a spirit form from Russian folklore. Well, I'm calling you Babushina then. Oh, Babushkina. Oh, I'm saying Babushka from now on. Like, don't get offended. Babushka. Oops. I clicked out of the game, so now we're gonna get a new song. Patricia says he hates charity. Oh no, he hates people. Every time I do charity, I'm repulsed by the abominations that are allowed to wander this planet. Well, that's incredibly negative. It's going to be hard for you to engage in positive, constructive family building with such a extreme negative view. Water everywhere. So now they're offering a high volume water solution, so we're going to get a better water pump. I will accept it, but I'm not building it for now because it would double our expenses. And as you can see, our expenses are already outpacing our income again. And these people are out of work. So we need more crap. I invited a bunch of people into the town, essentially. We've gone up in population by like 2,500 since I started expanding this. And people don't have a place to work. So that's a problem. I'm going to build an industrial sector up the road here. Do this, and then we'll get some water up there. And then we'll check on everything. So we got a lot of new people in the city. Before I start the simulation back up, let's take a look at things. Power. So we're all right for now. Water is getting close. let's take a look at my water options. Okay, so a water tower is 50 a month, and it gives 2,400 cubic meters. A water pump is $350 a month, so 7 times more, and it gives 20,000 cubic meters. So, I mean, the 7 times more... Yeah, I mean, so, like, it's more efficient, but only once you need that much. And I only have 3 water towers now, so I will put a 4th for now. I won't go to the pumps yet. KNAT says, thank you for the spoken words. Oh, they're my favorite. I love the spoken words. Writing is awful. We should get rid of text. No more reading. Everybody, stop reading. We're only speaking from now on. Ando says, come here to find potential husbands. Yeah, maybe. Oh my gosh, is there another crash here? I need some... I don't know. We gotta stop drinking before we drive in this town. Mr. Gladius says, it's nice to see a healthy, prosperous, and loot bug-free city. I wish there were a bunch of loot bugs here. That being said, I would kill them. But that's the point, right? That's why you have loot bugs. Kill them. Nero says he killed his first loot bug the other day. Patricia says that when he's on a project, he's quite positive, but he is a cultural pessimist, and it seems most people don't want me talking about history. So, am mad most of the time. Yeah, well, I mean... You might have to be, positive. Well, I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm sure you see that people respond to your positivity more than the negativity, so you'll just have to manage that one way or another, as we all do. Life After Death says the music is so good. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of good... I mean, SimCity has largely been known for its music. There was that meme the other day, you may have saw it posted on Twitter. I think a lot of people were sharing it. It was, like, this girl posted a photo of her brother where, like, all he does is come home from work, jump on the computer, play classical music, and... Or he turns on classical music and he plays, what's it called? Like, a theme park building game. So it's like a SimCity, but it's theme parks, amusement parks, instead of cities. And that's, I think, I think that ultimately, that idea of, like, a guy coming home to listen to interesting music and engaging in this, like, highly analytical, you know, little fiddly thought on building things. I think that started with SimCity, and, like, you see that same sort of thing even with Minecraft, right? It's like you have that airy music or whatever, but otherwise you're just sort of sitting around and you're building these increasingly complex redstone mechanisms and grand, you know, castles inspired by historical European architecture and all this kind of stuff. Oh my god, my expenses are... How do I get these expenses under control? Spending too much. We're good there. Yeah, we're fine. Still good. Oh my god. This is what's eating into some of my stuff here. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Have these people got jobs yet? These people need to finish building their industry here. Ando says, I think Ando says he recalls that tweet. Wasn't the game Roller Coaster Tycoon? Yeah, I believe so. Nero. Nero's got the black-pilling negative messaging going on. He's saying, I know a lot of people struggle to make friends and meet girls, but remember, just be yourself and over 6'1". Like, alright. It's not that bad, guys. People under 6'1" found your grandpa. What was your grandpa under 6'1"? And his dad and his dad and his dad and his dad for thousands of generations? For most of you? You'll do alright. As long as you do it, right? You gotta do it. On some level, what it would be good for is for men to attempt to find a woman like their life depends on it. Because on some level, it's kind of true. Like, it's your life depends on it. Alright, what are my advisors saying? This guy? He doesn't like the police coverage gaps. Whatever. Everyone else seems pretty happy. Except for me. We're losing money! Knat says that he's generally repulsed by cities, but of course this one's super wonderful. Well, exactly. Of course it is. Gladius says, why are you playing Far Cry 6? Who are you talking to? Oh, talking to Life After Death. What time is it? Oh my god. I've been playing for 2 hours and 20 minutes. And I got... Okay. What have we accomplished in the last 2 hours and 20 minutes? Well, one, we found and slayed the largest mammoth in the world, sacrificed it to the gods to bring order to a world filled with chaos, established the first human city, and have a population of about 8,000 people, and we're still losing money. So that's what we've accomplished in the last 2 hours and 20 minutes. I mean, it worked out all right, I guess. I might stream this tomorrow. I might stream Deep Rock Galactic tomorrow. I don't know. What do you think? What should I be streaming tomorrow? Because I'll stream tomorrow. I might play a little bit more Pokemon Go this evening. Today's the big thing. So for any of you guys, if you got to be on like the west coast of America or even further, like towards Hawaii, for most of the whole world, it's already over. But you were able to evolve Seal into Dugong today and get special moves. So, important thing for the Pokemon Go players. Yeah, you know, that's what you could do. If some of you guys who want to meet girls and you're really against charity, if you hate charity, you could always play Pokemon Go. Again, you will at least meet some women there. Again, it was like when I was at the Big Johto event and I saw dozens and dozens of people playing, I think it was like 70-30 guys to gals. 30% female. You know, just go up and be like, hey, let's trade Pikachus. You know, put your leg up on something. So, see you're trying to catch that Tapu Koko, huh? Well, here's how you, let me show you how you can circle lock technique to get excellent throws on that. Just be your Pokemon hero. You know. Mr. Gladius said he enjoyed this, but Deep Rock is better. So that's Mr. Gladius's opinion. Anyone else have any ideas before I close the stream? I might see if I can find a car and take it for a ride again. Hey, you. How do I have to grab... Oh! Free drive! There we go. Whoop! So here I'm snapped to the road. You can hear my blinkers. You can even barely see them. I don't know if you guys can see it. I can barely see the blinker. But we can also go straight into the orange grove. Kind of slow in there, though. Whoa! Oh my god. Last time I hit someone with a car, they died, but I was fine. This time I died. Yeesh. Okay, I need a new car. Oh! Look at that! I was rear-ended the second I took control and died. What are these, Ford Pintos? For anyone who doesn't know, Ford Pinto was a car that was sort of known for blowing up. I think it was a more economical design, a cheaper design, and I believe one of the things about it, one of the ways they saved money is like it was something about the way the gas tank was placed and how it was handled, where it was very common for the gas tank to get ruptured in a crash, and then the gas would ignite. Yeah. And you have lots of arguments about it, right? If you actually are interested in it, I'd look into the mainstream ideas about the Ford Pinto, and I'd also consider some of the libertarian arguments about it as well, if you're actually interested in the Pinto story. Patricia says he doesn't think he's bad at meeting and hooking up. Well, that's good, although I don't know what you mean by hooking up. I mean, do you mean engaging in casual sex with random women? Because I disapprove of that behavior, sir. It's not helping you build a family. Nero, when you see the girl playing Pokemon Go, just make sure she's an adult, okay? Then you won't have any problems. Don't approach the little girls at the playground who are on their phones. Like when so at the Johto event, like a woman walked up to me. She was probably like late 20s. She's like, "Oh, what?" Because they're at the Johto event. Part of the reason everyone was out there in person and wanted to do the things is because part of the event was you needed to trade with other players. And someone would get gold tickets and some people would get silver tickets, and you needed to find someone with the opposite color ticket to trade with them. That was part of the event. So she was trying to look around for silver players because she was gold, so she came up to me, and of course I was silver, right? Because I picked the silver. You know, screw that gold ticket. Johnny 5K wants to know if the Pinto had wooden doors. I don't believe so. Mr. Gladius says he's interested in the game Helldivers? Yeah, I haven't heard that one. I'll look into it. I'm also probably gonna buy Risk of Rain 2. So I'm really thinking about it. It's on sale on Steam. I'm probably gonna get it. Babushka says his church has a ton of youth events to get their youth married off. It's also a restricted dating pool, so that helps. Yeah, well, if you guys are involved with that, that's definitely a good thing to go. And, like, you know, one of the things that I suggested is that you let good people know that you're looking, and that those good people could be at your church, right? Nero says he's so out of the market that he might download the Pokemon game just to do that. I mean, you should probably kind of like the idea of playing the Pokemon game. Keep in mind, it's a walking game, fundamentally. Remember the Tamagotchis? The longer you walked, the more you made friends with your Pikachu? It's kind of like that. Like, you get bonuses in Pokemon Go if you walk 25 kilometers in a week, or 50, or 100. That's, if you walk 100 kilometers in a week, that's your biggest bonus. And it's like Monday morning, like 9 in the morning, you get your bonus. So it's 9 a.m. Monday to 9 a.m. Monday, something like that. Where if you walk 100 kilometers, that's your biggest bonus. So it's like a walking, active exercise, get out there game. So if, you know, if you're into that, go for it. If you're not into that, don't do Pokemon Go to find girls. It's not an efficient way to do it. It's just something that you could theoretically do if you're already into Pokemon and walking games and augmented reality phone games. Patricia says, why are we talking about women constantly? We're not talking about women constantly. The vast majority of this, I think I've spoken just as much about the creation myth of this town as I have women this stream. Maybe more. And also, we're men, right? And men like women, so women come up, right? This is just part of the way things are. Men like women. We end up talking about women, thinking about women, drawing women. Gosh, do you see how the music stopped there? I thought the game was going to freeze. Okay. All right. Well, I already saved, but I'll do that again. See, it like freezes when I go to save. Well, everybody, that was 2.5 hours of SimCity. I'm going to be streaming again tomorrow. It's either going to be SimCity 4 or Deep Rock. And I'm not sure which. I mean, Mr. Gladius says that he thinks Deep Rock might be suitable for keeping people entertained. Well, I'm asking about you. I mean, are you saying what you think is good for others? I want to know what you think. Patricia says, today is not a woman day for me, it seems. Well, that's fine. Everyone has those days, you know? Like, there are times where women are fed up with men and men are fed up with women. You know, that's okay. I just, I want us to like each other. Good things happen when white men and women get along. KNet says, thanks for the stream. I'm not offended if you say anything bad about Pokemon Go. Like, it's not part of my personality in any way, KNet. Like, I play it. I like it. It's fun. I like to walk. I mean, I would, some of these places that I like to go and walk to and be at, I would go to anyway, but now I can catch Pikachus while I'm there. I mean, that's a win-win, isn't it? Yeah, I'll look into Hell Drivers, Gladius. All right, well, that's about it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and remember on Wednesday I'll be playing more, what's that game? You know, Deus Ex Human Revolution. Okay, if you don't show up tomorrow, then have a good weekend. Peace out, everybody. Peace, peace.